bring in KTN's Dr. Mercy Korir, who joins us by way of phone. Dr. Mercy, many thanks for joining us this morning. I understand the 7 KMPDU officials are already in court. What is expected this morning?
Good morning, Michelle. Thank you. We know all 7 union officials are in court, and Justice Helen Wasilo has just confirmed their presence. Also, the Council of Governors, which is the office that took the doctors' union to court, are present in court, and we expect that Justice Lady Wasilwa will give a ruling whether to jail the union officials, civil jail, for being in contempt, or fining them on the same. The court has just been adjourned for 5 minutes because of the sheer number of doctors that are in the courtroom. The judge has been complaining there's no space for her to carry out her duties because the court is filled with doctors. So we expect that they'll resume in about 5 minutes, and she'll proceed and be able to give a sentencing, a ruling on the contempt of court. Michelle.
Right, and Doctor, let's talk about that show of solidarity by the other doctors in court this morning. I mean, the 7 officials are here for allegations of being in contempt of court, but is this a decision, perhaps a judge's decision that may make doctors go back to work?
Michelle, from talking to the doctors, I don't think if she decides to jail the doctors that they will go to court. In fact, they have come to court ready to be jailed with their officials, and they've said whichever prison it is that they'll be taken to, all the doctors will go and hold vigil in those places. So I don't think this judgment, however way it will go, will have the doctors going back to work. Secondly, the doctors have expressed that if their officials are jailed, then there'll be no one to negotiate on their behalf, and there'll be no one to negotiate them going back to work. So they'll continue staying out of work. And thirdly, let's remember that the counties had issued an ultimatum for the doctors yesterday to appear or be sacked. So the other thing that the doctors are raising is that now, as of yesterday, then some of them remain sacked by the county, so they have no job to go back to anyway. So we don't expect that the doctors' resolve will be softened by any ruling that the Lady Justice will give today, Michelle.
Right, and I mean, Mercy, before we let you go, just give us a background of what led these 7 officials to court today.
Well, remember that the strike that took off on the 5th of December 2016, the union officials had given a 21-day strike notice from the 14th of November. And during this time, the union had taken the government and the Ministry of Health to court over not being able to register the CBA. So in October the 6th, the court had ruled that the stakeholders, that is the Doctors' Union, the Ministry of Health, the Council of Governors, the SRC, to sit and be able to iron out the contentious issues in the collective bargaining agreement, which they had been given 30 days, 45 days, and 90 days, by which time the CBA would have been registered. But these stakeholders did not sit and were not able to discuss and were not able to sort out those contentious issues. So the doctors issued a strike notice within this period of which they had been told to discuss with the stakeholders. So that's now when the Council of Governors took the doctors to court on the 1st of December to have them suspend their strike for 30 days in order for discussions and negotiations to take place within 30 days to avert any industrial action. Well, the doctors did not heed to this now. They were held in contempt of court, and that was the ruling that was delivered in December of last year. We're expecting a ruling on 10th, which was on Tuesday. And the doctors' officials were not present in court, and the Lady Justice Wasilwa ordered the Milimani OCS to arrest the doctors and present them in court today for sentencing. But the 7 officials opted to present themselves in court today, which is what they did, and now that is why we are where we are today. So we are in a short while, we're expecting that Lady Justice Wasilwa will deliver her ruling on whether to sentence them or to fine them for being in contempt of court, Michelle.
All right, Dr. Korir, many thanks for that update. We'll be coming back to you, of course, for live pictures as that ruling is being given. But let's move on from that.